Hello, and welcome to Matushka and Me.
Hello again.
The logo goes right here.
I haven't quite figured all that out yet. We'll get there. We'll get there.
We have some wonderful hats on today because we are celebrating a joyous occasion. If you couldn't tell, I'm pretty stoked about it. So this is a cool hat in honor of that. I'll probably have to take it off in a minute.
It's getting hot.
It's hot in here, but it's cold outside. Yes. And I want to tell you why it's one of my favorite days ever. Let me show you, actually. Bear with me with this crazy cinematography.
That's right.
It's indie cinematography, shaky camera and all that. So we'll get in here and show you. Oh, here we go. Take you for a ride. Take you for a ride. And what do we have out there?
Yep, keep going. You got it.
We got our snowy backyard.
Yay.
Woo!
And it's still snowing.
It started around midnight or so.
11-ish.
Yeah, something like
Last
that.
night.
And just kept going pretty much until, it's almost
still going.
past 11. So, yeah. I'm stoked because I heard that we got a little bit of snow in our area once in a while, but this is great. This is
pretty epic.
As you might imagine, we don't get a lot of snow in Mississippi, so it's probably time to take this hat off too.
Ooh. A little too much.
Yeah. There we go.
There you go.
We don't get a lot of snow in Mississippi, as you might imagine, so I'm pretty stoked for that. We had a snow day. Mm-hmm. I think we got at least 2 inches, maybe almost 3 inches of snow. So since we haven't lived in this part of Mississippi for so long, I'm not sure if that's common, but it's very exciting.
Yeah.
I wish I could show you the picture of the snowman we built, but it's pretty tall. It's probably 4 feet tall.
About the size of a 5-year-old.
But because of my amazing technological talent, I would end up just holding up a picture of the snowman. I haven't quite got there yet. Although we are excited because we have a newer, updated camera, as you might notice.
Yes.
The picture's a little bit better.
So clear.
Little by little, we'll be,
right.
getting things a little bit more. And maybe, who knows, one day, maybe we'll actually have an editor.
Ooh, fancy.
So, in any case, we're glad that you guys joined us today, and we would like to maybe talk about a few things that we left off with last Matushka and Me. We were thankful for all your comments on the last video. They were really great. We enjoyed them, and we wanted to mention a couple of folks that talked about things that they did during this time of year. I realize that now we're almost, today's the 11th, so we're kind of in the post-Christmas season for most people. As we mentioned in our last video, Matushka and I, we celebrate, in our family, in our household, we celebrate a, old calendar nativity. Because we have family members from Ukraine, and anyways, we have that tradition like Holy Night Supper and things like that. Right. So for many Orthodox Christians, several Orthodox Christians across the world, they just celebrated Nativity, and they're in the post-Nativity kind of season, the after feast of the Nativity, which they won't have a leave taking until I believe it's the 14th.
Hence why we still have our tree up here.
Yeah.
So this side right
well,
now.
that, and because, like I mentioned, I kind of keep it up for a really long time. It's a sad day when the Christmas carols leave, the radio, like I mentioned. But, one of our commenters on YouTube, Brittany, she mentioned that they make Vasilopeda, which is really great tradition.
Cool.
January 1st on the calendar is St. Basil, the feast day of St. Basil the Great, and there is a really wonderful tradition where people make Vasilopeda, which is Basil's bread. Yeah. And in some cases you make it and you hide maybe a coin or something inside of it, and whoever finds the coin when you cut it up. It's like an extra blessing or a good good fortune luck. Kind of just a nice thing and fun thing that people do. So so we wanted to mention that. That was really great, insight, and it's a great tradition that's part of our Orthodox liturgical calendar to celebrate St. Basil's Day. January 1st is often overlooked as kind of like the New Year, and the Orthodox Church, our New Year doesn't start liturgically on January 1st, it's September 1st.
That's right.
However, we live in a time when people celebrate January 1st as the New Year, so we celebrate that as well. But I think it's a good tradition to observe, St. Basil's Day, January 1st as well, and Vasilopeda. We also, in the Baldwin household, we like to shoot off fireworks. That's a fun thing. And we did that this year. We shot off a lot of fireworks.
We did.
You might imagine across Mississippi, there's a number of places you can buy fireworks. Yes. And there's a lot of
tents of them.
Yeah, big old tents. Yeah, I think Matushka growing up in Arizona, that was not really the experience she had.
No.
But here we're shooting off fireworks, big explosions in the sky, boom, boom, boom. It's just like
still makes me
lots
nervous.
of fun.
Still makes me nervous.
You can see the fireworks coming up. Through the trees, all different colors, exploding, bottle rockets.
Still think of Smokey the Bear every time. It's just drilled in my mind. So sorry.
So that's one of the festive things that we do around this time of year as well. Shoot off fireworks.
Yeah.
So, and I have to admit, growing up, we shot off fireworks a lot. Not just 4th of July, Thanksgiving,
yeah,
Christmas, New Year's. Birthday parties.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Because it's, Friday.
Any celebration whatsoever.
Yeah.
Have family over.
So, yeah. So it's a lot of fun. And, we, of course, we try to, we're very safe with, around the boys. Yes. And the boys are safe. Our family is safe with fireworks. And so, we're not buying the big, ginormous explosives, but we buy some nice, size ones that are, give us a little bang for our buck. So.
Yeah.
It's fun. We enjoy that.
Yeah.
I think our poor dog doesn't enjoy it.
That's right. I was going to say. No.
Never.
She doesn't like them.
So,
not at all.
Yeah, so we appreciate the comments and we appreciate everybody sharing some of the traditions that they have as well. I wanted to get to another comment that we got from Jennifer, and she asked us to give more information about ourselves a little bit more generally. Things like our location, things we might discuss in future videos, and our jurisdiction. I'm currently serving as a priest in the Orthodox Church in America, the OCA as it's known. And when we moved down here, about a year ago actually, it was because I was given an opportunity to serve 3 different missions across the state of Mississippi. We have a total of 4 communities, Orthodox Church in America communities in the state of Mississippi at the current time. And our good friend and mentor, Father Paul Yerger, has been serving for many decades, 40 plus years in Holy Resurrection in Clinton, Mississippi. And so that's kind of our main community. It's been such a standard community for Orthodox Christians in Mississippi. We have a number of actual nice churches across Mississippi. There's St. Peter's Antiochian in Jackson, St. John in Jackson area, St. Peter's in Madison actually, yeah. And then there's St. George in Vicksburg, actually a very historic church. St. Raphael of Brooklyn visited there in, I believe it was 1914, right? If you could imagine this bishop, from the Middle East coming in Mississippi and visiting a community of Orthodox Christians in 1914 Mississippi. It was an amazing thing that happened. So St. George, beautiful church from what I understand. Unfortunately, because of the pandemic, I haven't been able to make it out there. But and then we have other smaller, communities. We have St. Paul's in Tupelo, and our good friend Father David Bebo and Matushka Ruth is there, and some other communities around as well. There's Holy Trinity in Biloxi. Father Paisius is there, and then I serve 3 missions. One is in Columbus, St. Catherine's, Holy Cross in the Hattiesburg area, and Christ the Savior in Macomb. And it's an interesting schedule that we keep. We try to do the best we can and serve as far as we can and as wide as we can. And we've been doing so for about a year now. Right? So that's kind of what we've been doing down here in Mississippi. I was ordained as a priest back in 2013, and so I've been serving here for a year, but before that I was serving in South Carolina, and then my first assignment, I served a year in Colorado Springs at Holy Theophany with Father Anthony Carbo. And so we're here serving the missions, and there's a lot of work to do, and it's our absolute joy to be here and to serve.
Yes, it is.
General other things about ourselves. Well, I like snow, but I don't like. As I was telling Matushka, I'm glad that we've kind of got some snow, but I'm also thankful that even though I like snow a lot, we don't have to dig ourselves out of our driveway.
That's right.
And we don't have to salt everything.
That's right.
I remember when I was going to seminary at St. Tikhon's, that's where I went to seminary and graduated from. I remember that, there was one day where we were living in a place that didn't actually have an awning over the front door, and it had snowed, and I thought, well, I'll go out there and kind of get things ready, but I didn't grow up with snow, so I wasn't quite thinking, and we had some steps going down the front door, just 3, and I thought, well, I'll just be extra careful. That was a bad idea. No good. I took one step on the step and slipped right out, and boom, fell on the steps. So, I learned my lesson on that one. That's right. You keep the bag of the salt inside the door. Salt first.
That's right, before stepping.
Or salt before you step.
Yep, that's right.
But we don't have to worry about that here, as far as I know, because the snow that we get is, we might get it in kind of where we live in northern Mississippi, but I don't think we're going to get Pennsylvania snow.
No.
So.
And I don't think it'll stick around as long either.
It's a fun kind of snow. So maybe Matushka, you wanted to say a few general things about yourself?
Sure. I am a board certified music therapist. Currently I don't have a job. With the move and getting things settled, I usually take some time off. But I've been certified for, like 10 years now, going on 15, I think. And I've worked with all different kind of populations, from children with developmental disabilities, to medical hospitals, to mental health behavior facilities, hospice. So I've kind of run, the gamut of people that I've worked with. But hopefully, once we kind of get a little bit more adjusted with everything, maybe I'll find something, another contract or two, but I don't know. Well, I just leave my options open. So God knows when I need a job, and He'll provide. So I'm not worried about it. What
are some of your hobbies?
Oh, hobbies.
We have so much time for hobbies. I have to tell you, we have a lot of time for hobbies. I'm not knocking it if you're good at doing your hobbies, but we kind of fail at doing hobbies.
I was going to say, I enjoy the things that I enjoy doing, I guess. Mm-hmm. I do enjoy music, obviously, being a music therapist. I love spending time with our family, even doing simple things with the boys. We do a lot of drawing and coloring. But I'd like to say I like to read books, but I really don't.
You like to read the books that you like to read.
I do, but I don't know. I read books, but I don't necessarily always enjoy it, but it's okay. It's more for growth, I guess.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that we've started this past year is we started a book club,
yeah.
and we have a number of people that are in the missions in Mississippi that participate, but also some people outside of Mississippi, because it's an online book club,
It is.
And so we have a
It
couple
is.
of folks from other different states that actually participate virtually as well. And
Yeah.
it's not a lot of people, maybe 10 or 12 people that regularly participate, but we've enjoyed doing that.
Yes.
I
Very much so.
I like doing it because, I like, chatting with people and hearing what they have to say, and, I find that it's really enriching as well. But I think the other reason I like to do it is because it helps me to buckle down and read the book,
Yes.
because I don't,
It's a big motivator
it is
for
a
me.
big motivator. Yeah, so.
Well, and I also like discussing the book. I feel like I process the book more, and I understand it more if I get different people's perspectives. I don't know, I retain the information much better.
Yeah.
Just kind of talking about it.
Yeah, me too.
So, and it's great to hear other people's opinions. That's why, again, I like to hear from you all. We've enjoyed the comments that you've all left on the first video. So keep those comments coming.
Yeah. We're looking forward to some of the comments as well. Jennifer had also mentioned maybe some things we were thinking about talking about in future videos.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I'd like to do in future videos is I'd like to talk with a couple of people. I've got, kind of a short list in my mind and a longer list in my mind, but I'd like to talk with a couple of people, whether we have to, Zoom and record the screen or whatever, or have to have them phone in or something.
I'm not sure how to do that.
We're so hopelessly low tech. And,
Can they just, pop up on a screen, over here?
Yeah.
Or something, and then we can, chat? Yeah, I know.
I can't even.
No, the other way.
You were saying before we
The
started
other
recording this
way.
video, you have to do the backwards thing, right? Like you have somebody up here.
That's right.
I'm sure there's a way to do that, but I feel like I might sacrifice hours and hours figuring
Well,
how to do that.
if you can help us out, leave a comment.
Yeah. I'm afraid leaving a comment might also be equally hopeless, because then I'd have to interpret
We might not
it.
we might not quite
We're
understand
not
what we're
tech savvy
doing.
people. But that's okay. We'll get by how we
We'll
can.
figure it out.
So I'd like to, maybe talk with people about a few things. There are so many people that over the years that we've met that have written interesting books, or
Yes.
they're professors or teachers or theologians. I think we'd enjoy talking with them. I think that there's many people out there that would be really encouraged by hearing the story of other Orthodox Christians who they haven't met in person, and how those Orthodox Christians became Orthodox.
Yeah.
One of the questions I get asked fairly regularly is, how do you go about doing mission work in the South, and how is it a little bit different than doing mission work in other parts of the United States? Now, the great thing about Matushka and Me is that I grew up in Mississippi. That's where I'm from, and Matushka is from Arizona, but we've kind of lived in different parts of the country.
Yeah.
We've lived out west. We've
Yeah.
lived on,
Upper.
up
It's
northeast.
Northeast.
We've lived in different parts of the South.
Yeah,
So
Southwest.
I feel like we have a little
Southeast.
bit of a variety, and I think that's some of the things that we talk about in the future as well. Is how mission work is, our experience, how it's different in those places, and what we're doing here, and how it's similar. I think that's another thing we talk about in videos. One of the ideas I had was to maybe talk about movies, but I'm not really sure how copyright and stuff works. I'm not afraid, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to record a 20, 25 minute video here and then have a couple people watch it and then it get taken down. See, I don't. Not only am I low tech, but I have no idea what I'm doing really with YouTube. So I don't know. I don't want to get in trouble. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. So those are some of the ideas I think we have about upcoming videos. And you know, the other thing is, we'd love to hear your thoughts about maybe some of the videos that you would like us to do, or some of the things you'd like us to talk about in videos. Please don't say high-tech videos though, because it might be a long time before we get there. But we're kind of this lo-fi, you know, kind of talking. That's about all we got. It's like our one. That's one trick right now. so yeah. That reminded me. You know, speaking of, I wanted to show you. Speaking of somebody that I think is great, and I think, you know, if you haven't checked this channel out before, I guess it's a channel. I'm so bad at this.
I was gonna say,
but anyways,
it's a channel?
Okay, so I've got this shirt on. I'm gonna show you. This is my Superman moment here, right? It's like, let's see.
Yes.
This says, obviously Santa Claus is real, right? It's a T-shirt I got, right? It's from Symbolic World. So if you haven't checked that out, you should check out the Symbolic World with Jonathan Pajot.
Yes.
I think in the future too, in other videos, we'd like to, you know, recommend different folks that we've enjoyed over the years.
Either YouTubers or podcasting.
Yeah.
Or, you
so
know,
Symbolic World with Jonathan Pajot.
First reference there.
Yeah. So, those are some of the other ideas too. You know, talk about things that we podcasts and videos that we've enjoyed, and people who are making YouTube videos. So, all right. Well, we hope to hear your comments or read your comments and hear from you. One commenter had mentioned that we should put in an email address, and we're gonna do that eventually.
Right, we'll get there.
In the meantime, leave a comment, and we can kind of, you know, address things that way. So, you know, we made our first video the 1st. Today is the 11th, so that's only about 10 days. I can't guarantee that the next video will be in 10 days, but we're going to try to make, you know, videos at least every, you know,
couple of weeks.
At least every couple of weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So, plenty of time for you guys to comment. You know, if you like the podcast, I like it on YouTube.
Or subscribe.
Well, definitely, I guess subscribe. Although, as we mentioned in the last video, there's not a lot at stake. We just do this for fun.
That's right.
So, no pressure, because there's just nothing to gain from it. So
it's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Some people,
don't stress.
Right.
Don't stress.
Some people had mentioned that they tried to subscribe, but it wasn't working.
Yes.
And you know,
I was like, it's okay. It's okay.
I think the thing is, you have to have a YouTube account to subscribe. We obviously have a YouTube account because we're doing this videos on YouTube. That's right. But you know, there's no rush to like everybody join YouTube so you can just subscribe. You know, I'm so bad at this because I'm saying, you know, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to get an account, but right, but subscribe. All right. Well, God bless you guys, and we pray that you have a good week, and we're looking forward to hearing from you. All right?
Yes.
Okay.
Bye. Other way. There you go.
I'm going to use this hand.